Alright, hello again, YouTubers. Uh, Actually, decided to make this video today because I was looking at some different all-time metal lists, top 100 albums of all time, and it just really kind of get on my nerves when I was thinking about some of the groups that are considered metal bands. So I thought what I would do today is just kind of go through and pull out a couple of my albums and really distinguish what I thought was the difference between metal groups and hard rock groups, and just kind of get some feedback from you guys and see what you think. So let's kind of journey over to some of the albums that I pulled out here and just kind of go through some of these and see what you guys think. Now, this one right off the bat, Metallica Master of Puppets, probably the ultimate metal album. So anyone who views Metallica as a metal band, which you should or you're a total idiot, no question. Here's where I started running into issues. AC/DC. In my book, one of the greatest, purest hard rock bands of all time. But I do not think that AC/DC is a metal band. I think sometimes anytime a guitar is played with any type of distortion pedal, the band is automatically declared as a metal band, and that's just a bunch of crap. Which is probably why a lot of these bands aren't already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because people don't know how to classify them yet, much less appreciate the greatness of a band like AC/DC. So, best hard rock band ever, not a metal band. Megadeth, metal band, without question. We know where Mustaine came from, one of the original breeds of Metallica. Pure metal, nothing to argue about there. Def Leppard. I saw this on 3 out of 3 of the lists I looked at had a Def Leppard album listed as one of the top metal bands of all time. Once again, this is not a metal band. This is an absolute great hard rock band, and in my opinion, this album is probably song for song, one of the best albums of all time. I mean, the hits on here are absolutely incredible, but they are not a metal band. Sabbath. This is always an interesting one because I believe Sabbath is a metal band. I believe Sabbath are the godfathers of metal. They kind of started it and brought it about, even though they themselves have said, and you can see this on a number of their videos and so forth, they actually state that they think they are a hard rock band. But as deep and as dark as they got, no one was doing it when they did it, and to me, I think they're definitely a metal band. One of the greatest of all time. Van Halen. Now, whether we're talking about Van Halen or Van Hagar, which I love both, they are not a metal band. If I see 1984 on one more list of 100 top metal bands, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. Once again, one of the top 5 hard rock bands of all time. Love them to death, absolutely incredible, but not a metal band. Overkill. Enough said, pure metal. Bon Jovi, another one of those ones that I constantly see on all-time metal albums. And what can I say? Once again, great band, makes great music, does well in everything he's ever done, but not a metal band. Very good hard rock / pop hard rock band. If I have to say anything about this, you shouldn't be watching this video in the first place. Purest of pure metal. Now here's one that always get a lot of good debate on, Guns N' Roses. Once again, this is not a band that I consider to be a metal band. I've always thought of Guns N' Roses as kind of being the next generation of AC/DC, kind of the band that came back in with just the pure rock, the pure straightforward in your face, here we go, not a bunch of BS in music, straightforward in your face hard rock. And once again, one of the greatest albums of all time, but personally I don't consider Guns N' Roses to be a metal band. And I'm sure this is one I'll get a lot of feedback on, so let me know what you guys think. Priest, the second set of godfathers of metal. There's no arguing this one either. Sabbath and Priest, I mean, kind of throw Maiden in there too. They brought this whole thing to the forefront, made it what it is. Pure metal, love you guys. Deep Purple. This is one that I saw in 2 out of the 3 lists. And once again, this is one of those issues where absolute great band, did incredible things, and when you really look at what they did, they were one of the bands that really brought forth metal in the sense of, the style and the riffs and kind of the way they did their thing. But once again, great hard rock, classic rock band, but I do not put them in a metal band category. Machine Head, I venture to say this is probably number 2 or number 3 on Satan's playlist. So metal they definitely are, no question about it. Rush, saw this on 2 or 3 of the lists that I saw. Once again, I'm kind of repeating myself at this point in time. 3 of the greatest musicians ever, definitely one of the top 2, if not the top drummer of all times. Absolutely incredible band, pure hard rock, great musicians. Stop putting them on metal lists and get these people in the Hall of Fame, or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's ridiculous they're not there yet. Lamb of God. It's actually what's playing here in the background right now. Once again, if you've heard this album, no question whatsoever. Pure metal, no question. And of course, R.I.P. our boy Dimebag, Pantera. Man, some of the heaviest riffs. I mean, you can't say enough about this band. Once again, you want an example of what pure metal is? Here you go. Led Zeppelin. They had albums on 3 out of 3 of the lists that I saw. Once again, one of the, if not the best, from album 1 to the very last album, hard rock bands of all time. Absolutely incredible. They are not a metal band. Pure rock, classic rock, hard rock, not metal. Stop putting them on metal lists. And the very last one here, which I just dropped. Hope I didn't damage it at all. But I left this one at the very end because I thought this would be a very good debate. Because I always get this quite a lot when I talk about this with my friends. The boys themselves, Kiss. Now, you kind of go both ways with this one. People say metal band. People say, hard rock band. I consider them to be a party rock band. So in my book, that does not make them a metal band. That makes them, which is, like I said, party rock, hard rock. I mean, absolute classics. You don't have to really explain Kiss. Everybody knows Kiss. Kiss is, absolute great band, incredible. But once again, I cannot put them in a metal band category. So all right, YouTubers. Well, that's kind of a few pieces that I chose to try to determine the difference between metal bands and hard rock bands. And so what I like to do is kind of get other people's feedback. Because like I said, I'm always curious when I see all this Van Halen and Def Leppard and things like that on all of these 100 best metal bands of all time. This confuses the heck out of me, and I'm wondering who the heck's making this list. So leave me some feedback and let me know what you think about bands that should be in the hard rock bands that should be metal bands, kind of why you think that, and we'll go from there.